a key factor in politics. And before making any political move, you must ask yourself one simple question. Is the timing right? If you miss the timing, then you'll miss the entire plot. Yesterday, William Samoei Ruto made an interesting tweet on his official Twitter handle. By the way, it's raining, and it's the first time I'm actually recording while it's raining, and I hope you guys will be able to hear whatever I'm trying to say. Now, this is what he posted. New Article 11A in the BBI Constitutional Bill introduced after bombers will anchor the ordinary people's hustlers' economics of wheelbarrows, border borders, mamamboga, pastoralists, butchers, and guaranteed minimum return. That tweet by William Ruto was interpreted by many Kenyans to mean that he was actually sending a signal to President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga that he was now willing to join the Building Bridges Initiative train. And indeed, the deputy president had only 3 options. And I remember doing a comprehensive video on the options available for the deputy president William Ruto, and I'm going to share that link to this video. But he had 3 options. The first option was to support the process. Remember, the last 2 years, William Ruto has actually invested heavily in opposing this particular document. But that was the only option available for him. The second option was for him to oppose. But this was very dangerous for him, because opposing would mean setting him up against President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I'm sure he would not have wished to do that. And then the last option, which most of his advisors were advising him to do, was simple. Concentrate on your 2022 presidential bid. Forget about the BBI campaign. Let Uhuru campaign, let Raila campaign, but for you, just watch from afar. But from all indications, the Deputy President William Ruto is going to support the Building Bridges Initiative process. He has actually been forced by the 2 brothers to support. Let me read for you another tweet which he made today. He's saying, I have constitutional duty to assist my boss, the president. We've made improvements to BBI post-bombers. Now working on consensus for Kenyans to have real choices to decide or vote while avoiding yes, no, or all, nothing division. We avoided lose-lose. We can overcome win-lose to achieve win-win. You see, the fact of the matter is that William Ruto is planning to join the Building Bridges Initiative train. But he wants to now try to run away with this narrative. That is the one who initiated changes. And that's why I said the tweet he made yesterday shocked Kenyans, because even before 2 minutes, Kenyans started reminding the Deputy President William Ruto that this particular article he's talking about, there was nothing which was changed in it. The only thing which was changed was, instead of having agriculture, the pastoralist wanted pastoralist. So that was added. And the blue economy was also added. But nothing changed. So Kenyans actually reminded him. And later on, a few minutes ago, the deputy president has also made another tweet. And in the tweet, he's saying, rush not to conclusion or pretense to prophecy. I've received overwhelming feedback, all shades from Kenyans. Asante. The fury of political merchants desperate to encash, like they did with COVID. You see, in this country, COVID came and it's a lifetime for the deputy president. In fact, today in this country, William Ruto can talk about COVID. He cannot talk of any other scandal. And I don't know whether when they were in Jubilee government, this is exactly what they were doing. That any opportunity was opportunity to make money. Probably it's revealing to Kenyans what most Kenyans don't know. A divisive referendum is shockingly evident. Possibility of consensus is their nightmare. You see, when BBI process began up to now, who has been opposing it? Only one man, William Ruto and his supporters. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are very quiet, and they are doing this process the way they've been doing. And I want to read for you another tweet by Edward Kasiangani. I know Edward Kasiangani nowadays support William Samoei Ruto, but his official Twitter handle was taken over by William Ruto's communications team. And therefore, whatever he posts here is basically their thinking. Let me read for you what he's posting. He's posting, multiple referendum questions should sort out our problems. For instance, if you like the provision on 35% county revenue allocation, but detest a parliament of over 600 members, you should be allowed to vote on the two issues separately. So basically what the deputy president and his team are now advocating for is a situation where we are going to go for a referendum, but we are not going to have a yes or no answer. We are going to have all those issues. So if there are 10 issues, we are going to have all those 10 issues. Then you vote on specific issues you want. Because remember, William Ruto initially opposed this BBI process because of 4 reasons. The first reason why he opposed it was because he believed that the idea of expanding the executive was going to create positions for the dynasties. So it's now opting for a situation where Kenyans are going to say we don't want a prime minister or we don't want a deputy prime minister. So basically that's what he's advocating for here. Because he fears that he has lost the plot. Today, he can't tell Kenyans that the expanded executive, which I was against, is still in the constitution. Then he also talked of COVID as a priority, that Kenyans should not go for BBI because we have a COVID. The process is ongoing. Collection of signature is ongoing. Then the other thing he was talking about is bloated assembly. The one he mentioned there, that we're going to have 600 members of parliament. Of course, that's bloated. But again, if you look at it, how much money are we losing in terms of corruption? But why do you think William Ruto has been forced to support this referendum? Because anaifanya shingo upande. Some of his key supporters are not with him. Let me just read for you people I know on Facebook. I'm just trying to get their accounts. There are people I know who are supporting, but these guys have not changed their mind. There is a guy called Bobby Misik, a die-hard supporter of William Ruto, who's been updating all through William Ruto's activities and the rest. This is what he's saying. I'm taking a break on social media. I'll be back soon. Thank you, great people. Tuko pamoja. Then there is Cosmo Choi, who was a Raila Odinga sycophant, but started supporting William Ruto after he was visited in the United States. He's a friend of mine. He's saying, I am taking a break from Facebook for some times. This is my last post. Help me God. Amen. Then there's a guy called Omwin Kafuatwa Brown. He comes from my village in Nyakach. He's a known William Ruto supporter. This is what he's posting. From today, that's from the day William Ruto indicated, after yesterday's tweet, from today henceforth, I officially withdraw my political support to the Deputy President, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, after he technically endorsed the proposed Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020 in the BBI report. He has lost his political capital of the hustlers movement the moment he joined the system and the deep state to push the BBI agenda. So it caused a lot of political storm in the country. But why do you think William Ruto had to make the choice of supporting the Building Bridges Initiative process? In my view, for reasons, and I want to be very brief. Number one, William Ruto wants to avoid further embarrassment. What do I mean? If you've been following the BBI process, William Ruto has been opposing it from the day it was initiated up to now. And at every given stage, he has been erecting roadblocks. But these guys, Uhuru and Raila, have always proceeded with their plans. He even tried to stop the collection of views. That never worked. He tried stopping the reggae recently at Bomas. That never worked. Some of his people even went to court. Never worked. He sponsored a court bill, the Punguza Mzigo, to counter the BBI process. That never worked. Now the next stage is collection of signatures. Can he stop Uhuru and Raila from collecting 1 million signatures? He can't stop that. So which means at any given stage, he has always tried to stop the process. But the process has always proceeded smoothly without any hitch. And because of that, he would not want now to try to attempt to oppose it, because the consequence would be he is going to lose it. So that's number one. Number two, which is the main reason, I think Ruto is keen on avoiding any contest pitting him against President Uhuru Kenyatta at all costs. That's one thing he will not want to do. Why? Because of central Kenya politics, or the larger Mount Kenya politics. Assuming today we go for a referendum and Uhuru starts campaigning for yes, Ruto starts campaigning for no. Then we go to central Kenya. And from the bill, Uhuru is going to tell them, nimeongeza constituencies. Mpaka people are complaining outside there. Do you want to lose that? Central Kenya people I know will always take what they are going to gain from this BBI first. So they are going to take those constituencies first. After that, we are going to increase allocation to counties to 35%. What will it mean? It's going to be calculated based on population and other factors. So Central Kenya is going to be the biggest beneficiary. What are they going to do? They are going to get that first. Then you go to the guaranteed minimum return, which is going to affect coffee, cotton, pyrethrum, tea, and every other agricultural sector. And because that's where they were making noise, they are going to agree to take that. So ultimately, they are going to vote for this process. And William Ruto is going to lose in Central Kenya. That would mark the end of his politics. And I'm sure his advisors took their time and advised him not to attempt to oppose this process, because it's going to set him up against Uhuru Kenyatta, and he's going to lose. And now you add Uhuru Kenyatta, and then you add Raila Odinga. Bala. Number three, I think William Ruto also feared being isolated. If you look at the Building Bridges Initiative process, all key political players are supporting it. The only person who was opposed to it is William Ruto, and to some extent Musalia Mudavadi. Musalia Mudavadi highlighted some of the issues he had issues with and have been addressed. Kalonzo is there. Uhuru is there, Raila is there. Gideon Moi is there. Chama cha Mashinani is there. Everybody is there. Only William Ruto was missing. So it means these guys were going to easily isolate William Ruto. Take for example the cost today. I saw Amason Kingi already campaigning for this process, already collecting signatures on the ground. In Kisumu, they are collecting signatures. And I was passing somewhere and I saw a huge line and I was wondering what's really happening here. And I was told BBI signatures. What about online? People are doing that. So he was going to be isolated. And lastly, the other thing he fears is that this particular process is likely to expose the cosmetic, I just want to use that word if you allow me, cosmetic support he enjoys across the country. William Ruto and his supporters believe that because of the hustler narrative, that today they managed to change the narrative so that Kenyans are no longer tribal. That Luos will no longer vote for Raila because William is a hustler. That the coastal region, he has now taken over. The BBI process or referendum was going to provide opportunity. And assuming the results were going to come out, and the deputy president will realize that Western is not his, Coast is not his, Central is not his, probably Nyanza is not his, so probably he has Rift Valley alone. That was going to affect his bid completely. So there was only one option. Support, so that these guys don't go and hammer you and expose you that the support you are claiming, talking about, is not there. So in my view, William Ruto's move to support the referendum is actually going to split Tangatanga. It's going to split it. There are people I know in that team who are not going to support this referendum. So probably William Ruto will have to weigh the options. Should he continue supporting? And I want to advise one politician, Professor Kivutha Kibwana. This is his moment if he wants to run for the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. And I want to do a video on this. This is the moment for Professor Kivutha Kibwana to emerge. There is nothing Professor Kivutha Kibwana is going to lose by leading a no campaign against this particular process. He supported it, I know. But he can oppose it. He can take charge. If Ruto is going to say yes, Professor Kivutha Kibwana can say no, so that he can cement his support amongst the civil society, amongst the church, amongst those people who are going to oppose this particular document. Let me hear your thoughts. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.